I have to tell you about an amazing time I had in Glastonbury the other day. So I met these two guys from the Netherlands as I was filling up some water from the wells, and they very kindly offered to help get into the car, and the White Spring well was closed. So we were all a little bit disappointed. Now they'd come all the way from the Netherlands, and it was probably going to be my last visit until, God knows when, because I'm leaving the country. And it was amazing. We managed to sneak in and see the white whales, and I asked the lady if I could sneak those two in as well. And then they were like, there was tears, it was like amazing, and one of the guys was crying more than us, and he was like really upset in a great way about it. And I said, see, you never know what's going to happen when you offer to help a priestess load heavy 25-litre cartons of water into her boots. And it was beautiful. We went around the Chalice Wells together. I had an amazing experience with dragons. This Rose Priestess path has been amazing. And I was given a 33-day ritual by Mary Magdalene to finalise the end of my menopause. And oh my God, it's just been amazing. So today is a really big day for me because I'm stepping into the Red Rose Temple after finishing the Pink Rose Temple, which I'll talk about later. But my God, my life is just transforming so much, so rapidly, so amazingly. And it was awesome. And I can't believe how much I have changed just since I started this Rose Priestess path in March. The activations have been incredible. The experiences, the meditations have been incredible. It's blown my mind. I'm keeping a journal about it, and one day I'll start talking more about it. Probably at the end of the year and a day, in March 2026, when I'm finished, I will probably then do a series of what I went through, because I honestly couldn't recommend it enough. It's a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of money, etc. But it's life-changing. And it's not all comfortable. It's not all easy and comfortable. It's been a lot. Today's a big day because I step into the Red Rose Temple, which is Mary Magdalene, and I'm just already, a little bit full of dread and going, oh my God, what's coming next? Because it shakes your life up, shakes your foundation, and it changes what doesn't work for you anymore, which is great. Those of you who've been following me know, I have had enough of this fake life. And I was really shook up in the last eclipse in April 2024. And that's when I was finished. And I was like, no, I'm done. I'm out of here. And it wasn't just about leaving the UK. It's about lots of other things. And I'll talk about that in another video this week. I'm going to try and update you because I've been terrible on social media, but I've had so much going on. So there's been a lot going on with the council, with the priestess path, with the house move and everything like that. But I'll update you bit by bit. And honestly, my spiritual journey is beautiful. And I don't understand why people don't put so much time and effort into their spiritual life. That is my priority and has been for about the last 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. And everything else just falls into place when the spirituality is looked after. And it is so beautiful and transformative. And no matter how busy life is, the one thing I never, ever skip is my morning practice. It serves me for the rest of the day. And I love closing the day off with something else, but I quite often miss the close of the day because I'm doing stuff with the kids or something, and they're teenagers, so they're all like active little monkeys at midnight. So it's just beautiful. And I'm so excited because everything is just dropping into place and it's massive and huge. But I died in Glastonbury. I died. The old me no longer exists. I went back in time to when I was a high priestess of Avon. I closed it off after Arthur returned. And I felt this last year when I visited Glastonbury, that his body is not buried on earth or at Glastonbury at all. I stood at one of his graves and I felt the other grave as well at some point. I can't remember when, but last year I went to the one grave at the Abbey. He's not there. And I just was transported back by the Dragon of the Tour to when I was a high priestess saying goodbye to her as Avalon went back. And I was the high priestess of the time closing it off. And that blew my mind, but I remembered it. And doing this path is amazing because I know a lot of people don't believe in past lives. But when you remember them, when you experience them, and my husky was in World War II with me in my last lifetime, me and her remember it really clearly. So when you remember your past lives and people then go, oh, there's no such thing as, being born again. I just think it's really sad because there's so much we can learn from over all of our lifetimes that if we think that this is it, we are so limiting our minds and our experiences. And I'm just so grateful to be me. And I know the energies are so intense at the moment. And hold the fort, keep strong, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, because this shift is huge and we are being more and more divided, especially here in the UK, where there's people who think this way and people who think that way. Loads of people think I'm nuts. Fine, that's great. I'm happy being nuts because I like my planet. I don't like your planet. The planet that you're on doesn't even exist and is weird. The planet I'm on is super cool and I like it. So if that makes me crazy, rock on. I love that. I'm happy to be crazy. And I'm just really happy for the first time in my life. Everything is just, so close to the way I want it to be. Next year, it will be perfect. But I have to spend the rest of this year getting to Rose Cottage and then building up Rose Retreat. And then next year, the end of 2026, perfect and sweet life. So I'm so close. I'm getting closer every month, every year. And I just feel incredible. And I can't believe what can happen to you and what you can see when you are spiritual and you see beyond the realms and you see what's out there and you see what a gorgeous world and life this is. So I know energies and things are hard right now. They've been knocking me about a little bit too. And I have to do a little bit more inner work to clear all that out, especially the collective energy. But I feel really amazing. I think this Rose Priestess has activated and done so much to me that most of my spiritual friends are feeling really drained and tired like now. And I'm like pumping, ready to go. I was like, okay, what's next? Woohoo, let's do this. It's incredible. And I'm on a high and I just don't seem to be able to come off it. And it's just like, wow, where's all this energy just suddenly come from? And I think as a middle-aged, menopausal, diabetic woman who has felt chronic fatigue for so long and pain and exhaustion. I mean, when you suffer, for those who don't know, that with chronic fatigue, it's like when I was a deep sea diver, being right at the bottom of the ocean and taking your tank off and then just trying to walk normally. And you're like pulling yourself through the pressure of the depth of the waters. That's what it feels like living with chronic fatigue all the time. And I just couldn't believe what's happening to me now. I was supposed to be menopausal, type 1 diabetes, Cushing's disease, and I'm like full of beans, raring to go and healthier than I was in my 20s. My eyes are getting better. My hair, my grey is reducing, which I didn't even think was possible. I'm trying to grow my grey out. And I'm like, well, where's my grey gone? It's like, what the heck? I just feel amazing. And I was told for 30 years that I never would ever again. So don't give up hope. Don't believe anyone. Don't let anyone put limits on you. And so Glastonbury was amazing. And go to Healing Springs Retreat. It's beautiful. It's really affordable, shared house sort of thing. Beautiful energy. And just go and walk up the tour. Go around the Chalice Wells. It's a beautiful place to visit. And there's one thing that I always think with Glastonbury is too many of us, when we go there, even for the first time in this lifetime, feel like we're going home. Interesting, isn't it? But I never thought I was a high priestess of Avalon. I've never really thought about it. I've always had a really strong connection with Egypt and Atlantis and Lemuria. So I never really... I've always loved everything about Avalon. Even as a little girl, aged 6, 7 and 8, I would watch that 3.5 hour movie, Excalibur, over and over and over and over. I knew Arthur, I knew Merlin, I knew Morgana. I knew all this. And one thing I can say, is that Arthur never died. He just went back to Avalon and went back to that realm. And I know because I was there. So it was really cool. I'm just so loving this. Although I'm a little bit about stepping into the red rose today. So I've started this morning with my meditation. I'm going to do another one this afternoon. And we've got the big thing tonight. Big global event. All of us priestesses online. And we all step in. Oh, so I'm all excited. Speak to you soon.